Hello, everyone. This is Bob and Sharon.
Yeah.
So we're here. We just got back from church, and yeah,
Yeah, it's a good day.
it's a good day. Yeah, Sunday.
It's the day the Lord has made.
So it's 12 o'clock. So we're in Uganda here. We're in Entebbe, Uganda. So I came here from the United States. How long has it been now? It's been over 2 months now.
Over 2 months.
Yeah, about nine weeks. And then we got married a couple weeks after I came here. So.
Yeah, a week after.
I think it was 2 weeks.
Was it 2 weeks?
I think
after?
it was 2. Yeah, exactly 2. Because
Yeah. You
yeah.
came on the 24th of July. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
so
we got married on the 7th of
we got
August.
married on the 7th of August. Yes. So I don't know. Maybe we can talk a little bit about how it's been kind of a adjustment for me as I moved from the United States to Uganda, to Entebbe, Uganda. So.
What has been the adjustment about the weather?
Well, the weather. So I'm from a colder climate because I'm from Michigan, and it was summer when I came, so it was hot in Michigan. But I think, in spite of that, this is more of a tropical rainforest type climate, and so it's pretty humid here. And so I think I kind of had some adjustments, some pretty big adjustments to that. So those first 2 weeks were pretty kind of rough on me, adjusting to the climate. But now I'm starting to get used to it a little more. And then another thing that's kind of a big difference here is that the sun angle in the middle of the day is directly overhead. It's 90 degrees above you. So even if it's not exceptionally hot, that sun hits you, and it's like it's just kind of overwhelming. It's very direct. It's
on
intense.
Top of your head.
Yeah, it's very intense. So, and because back where I'm from, the sun angle never gets that high off the horizon. In the wintertime, it's pretty low off the horizon, but in the summer, it never quite gets overhead. So that was kind of a big adjustment for me as well. So.
And then another kind of thing that you're finding strange is that there are no the bugs.
The bugs don't go
bugs
away.
Are
Yeah.
Still around. They don't go.
So yeah, we don't have really seasonal variation. So, and that's another thing I'm adjusting to is that, and then if you drop food on the floor here within 1 or 2 hours, it'll be swarmed with ants. They'll find it. So.
Yeah, you have to.
So you have to be very careful. Don't drop food on the floor, or you're going to have an ant invasion.
And they're going to attack you.
They're going to attack us, yeah.
No,
so.
but of course they're just ants. You can just sweep them off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
But otherwise, it's all good.
It's all good, yeah.
Is it good to be here?
Yes, oh, it's fantastic to be here. So I came here in July. So what I did is I used to work at Western Michigan University. I retired from my position at Western Michigan University. I was at the university in one capacity, for another for 25 years. I taught for 8 years, and then I was in a research position for about 17 years. And then I retired at the end of June, flew out to Uganda on July 23rd. Sharon and I have been in a long-distance relationship for a couple of years, actually.
2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Yes.
2 years. And the way we met was, so her aunt, when I was working on my PhD a long time ago, her aunt came to the United States, and her aunt was an elected member of the Ugandan parliament. And she came to the U.S. to work on her PhD, and her aunt had founded a school in northern Uganda. There was a secondary school in northern Uganda. And I had visited the school in 2010, and I met your mother at that time. Yeah. So
without knowing that she was your potential mother-in-law.
Yes, without knowing that, yeah.
Yeah.
So and the rest is kind of history. So
so here we are.
Here we are, yeah.
And it's a good thing. It's good to be married.
Good to be married, yeah. We've been married. We should say we've been married twice because we had 2 weddings. Because we had a civil wedding. So on July 23rd, I flew out to Uganda. And then 2 weeks later, we had a civil marriage, and that was in the courts, I guess.
It's a civil marriage.
Civil marriage, yeah.
You get married by the government.
By the government, so we had.
Recognized, yeah.
Yep. And then a couple of weeks ago, actually earlier, maybe it's almost a month ago now. It's more than a couple of weeks ago now. We had
on the 9th.
9th of
last month.
September, yeah. we had a traditional African wedding that was at her parents' home in
A place called
Kibunga.
Kigumba.
Kigumba.
Yeah, you never seem to get it
I've
right.
never seen her pronounced. I had,
Kigumba.
yeah, Kigumba. My American accent sometimes makes it difficult for me to pronounce words. So we had a traditional marriage then. So we've had 2 weddings, and maybe someday when we. So my plan is to be here for about a year. So I've been here a little over 2 months now, and then after a year, I plan to return to the U.S. and hopefully Sharon will be able to come with me. Maybe we'll have some other big thing in the U.S. as well. So
Yeah, we may end up having then 3 weddings.
yeah,
Married
so
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, well, the first time we were married solidified it when we were married. We had the civil marriage, which was 2 weeks after I came here. But yeah. So we got some.
How about the food? Tell me about the food.
Well, the food.
But you still keep eating the food
I keep-
more or less
Well,
that you are eating in the U.S. So
Well, yeah, but the food maybe is a little bit healthier, maybe. Here.
Yeah.
I know. Actually, I'm eating a lot more healthy here because I used to eat a lot of junk food. So she makes sure I doesn't eat all the junk food. So,
yeah.
but I'm a vegetarian. She's not a vegetarian, so she loves chicken and
And some pork.
some pork, yeah,
And yeah,
but
but not red meat.
not red meat.
Yeah.
So she eats chicken and pork, and I'm a vegetarian, but I'm not vegan. So I do eat eggs and drink milk and other things like that. But so sometimes we eat different things. But she
So I
kind of
have to cook two kinds
different,
of meals.
yeah.
Can you imagine?
so
I do it out of love.
so
It's not a burden, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
so yeah.
Yeah.
so-
So anyway, yeah. So what else? You said when do you intend to go back next year?
So yeah, next summer.
Next
We're working on right now. So my visa's approved through November, and right now we're working on an extension for me to be able to stay for a year. And actually, it'll be longer. It'll be like a multi-visa entry for a couple of years. So if I can get that, I'll be able to go in and out of the country for 2 years. And that's in the process. I'm hoping that's going to be finalized maybe within the next week or two. Maybe. So
By next week.
by next
hopefully.
week, hopefully, yeah. But right now, my visa's been approved through November. So here it is the beginning of October. So I got another couple months yet, and we can figure this out. So, yeah. So we just got back so it's Sunday. It's 12 o'clock noon here. We just got back from church.
What?
Watoto. We go to this church, Watoto. Very energetic, vibrant church.
And you always dance.
I always dance around.
Like you dance more than anyone else. in
More than,
church.
yeah, so
You're mostly the only
the
white person for the
yeah.
morning service.
And Mzungu, so we're talking about the
We call
Mzungu.
them Mzungu.
Mzungu here, so I'm a Mzungu, so a white person is a Mzungu.
So he dances more than everyone else.
Everyone
in
else,
church.
so
But yeah,
so
it's a good thing. It's
Yeah.
not bad
So-
that you do that. So yeah.
so hopefully we'll be popping on here every once in a while and just kind of sharing our experiences. So as a newlywed couple, any other kind of things we can talk about? So if you see any questions on here, I don't know, comments or there's a lot of people joining. I see, but
Yeah, probably since it's our first time, they may not have.
yeah. So this is our first time as a live together. I've done a couple lives before on my own and actually with other people, but not too extensive. I don't have a lot of experience doing lives yet, so. But this is our first live together. Maybe hopefully we'll kind of figure out some things to talk about.
Sure.
We can talk.
Personally,
So we
I
talk
don't
about
have much.
don't have much to say.
Yeah, but,
We could talk about the Boda-Bodas.
the Boda-Bodas.
Boda-Bodas. I don't pronounce it. See, I don't
Boda-Bodas.
I-
Boda-Bodas.
I don't pronounce anything correctly.
You're saying
Boda-Bodas.
Okay,
Boda-Bodas. Well, that's because of my accent, I guess. Boda-Bodas. But the motorcycle is kind of like the primary mode of transportation around here if you
And
don't
the
have a
faster?
car. And the
They're
what?
very fast.
They're
like,
very
if you want to
fast,
get
yeah.
somewhere.
I almost fell off it today. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed you guys stopped. And I was like,
I lost my balance and
Oh
I
my
fell forward and I fell in like. So what we do is, so we get on these. There's motorcycles all over there. Boda drivers all over the place, and that's primarily you just stop alongside of the road and one of the Boda drivers will stop, pick you up, and it's pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, and faster, really.
Faster,
like,
really,
the
than
beat the
taking a
jam.
taxi.
If the traffic is jammed, you just get,
Yeah, because they just kind of weave in and out of things,
Yeah,
and,
so-
in between cars and so forth. And I've been pretty good, but today for some reason he hit a bump and I lost my balance and I fell forward and I fell like, luckily I didn't fall back.
Were you not holding
Uh,
the back side
I
strongly?
yeah, I think I kind of let go. It's
So you
about
have
like-
to hold.
You have to hold on
behind.
to the back, and
Yeah,
I was kind of feeling a little bit too comfortable because I've done it several times.
So
And
you
like,
thought
oh,
you
I
are
can
now,
just.
like-
I'm like an expert now.
Oh,
So, if you've
you
been
can never
going-
be an expert with those things, You
Yeah.
have to be careful.
But luckily, he was slowing down when we went over a bump. If we had been going faster, it might have been more.
I actually did
Catastrophic.
notice that you were about to fall. I thought maybe his bike got some kind of problem or something.
Well, it's because I didn't fall back. I fell forward into him.
Oh.
So, if I had fallen back, maybe it would have looked a little bit different. When he went into this bump, it was like a little indentation, and then it kind of pushed him down into it, and so it pushed me forward to where I fell. I started falling, but I started falling forward instead of back, so I fell into him as we were going down in this little crevice where the water had. I don't know if it's a crevice. What's the right word I want? Into this indentation where.
Yeah, the bumps. on
Yeah.
the road or
So where there's going to be kind of some erosion because of the rain, so the water kind of flows across and erodes away in some of the roads and so forth, and makes for some bumpy rides. But that was the first time that happened. So
Yeah.
that was fun.
Yeah, but you're getting good at
I'm
this. I
kidding.
remember the first time you sat, you were like,
The first time, yeah, because
you are like so scared, but you're getting good
Yeah.
at it. And at first, we used to sit on one, the two of us, but nowadays you can sit on your own and I sit on my own.
Yeah,
so that's
so-
a good thing.
yeah, so it took a little bit of getting used to. So my first time on a Boda-Boda, yeah. I want to say Buda-Buda.
Yeah, and why they are called Boda-Boda, I hear is because they used to take people to the border, like they carry people to the border of Uganda, and that's how the name came about, Boda-Boda. So motorbikes would take you to the border to cross to the next country or something. So
yeah.
hence the name Boda-Bodas. Border, it comes from the word
From
border.
So the border.
Yeah,
so
border.
It's just to change to Boda-Boda.
Yeah, I think now
See?
you'll be able to call it Boda-Boda.
Yeah,
because
border.
The
That's
word
it.
border is English.
So I should just say border, but
Yeah.
then just take off the R, and then I'll pronounce it correctly. So
Boda-Boda, Boda-Boda.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah. So for those just joining us, so I'm Bob, and this is my wife Sharon.
Sharon.
So we're newlyweds. I retired from my job at Western Michigan University. I'm from Michigan, Kalamazoo, Michigan, of course in the United States. And I retired from my job in June, traveled to Uganda in July, and we married 2 weeks later in a civil marriage. And then a month later, we had a traditional African wedding at her parents' home in Kigumba, Uganda, and we're currently living in Entebbe, Uganda. So we're kind of overlooking Lake Victoria here. So I'm from Michigan, where the Great Lakes are, and so it's kind of like it's good because I grew up around big lakes, and now I'm near a big lake. So I kind of like that aspect of it. So.
yeah, and that's the reason I think why I moved to Entebbe before
Yeah.
you came, because
You were living in Kampala.
Kampala,
the
city
capital, which
of
is a
Uganda.
huge city just a little bit to the
Yeah,
north
so-
and east of here. So
So when you told me you liked the lake areas,
lake.
and I had to move here, and I
and
guess you like
yeah,
it.
so yeah, I do. I like it here. So yeah, we're having a good time as a newly married couple, and looking forward to many, many happy years together.
Yeah, and getting to know each other.
Getting to know each other
More and
more and more and more. And,
Yeah.
and,
Though since we had been talking for 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
When you showed up, it seemed like, this is somebody I know.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So again, to tell that story for those kind of just popping on, long time ago when I was a PhD student, her aunt came to the United States to work on her PhD, and we were in the same PhD program, and her aunt was an elected member of parliament at the time and had founded the school in northern Uganda, and I visited the school in 2010, and that was where I met her mother. So I met her mother, not knowing that that was my future mother-in-law at the time. So
it's amazing how things work.
So yeah, it's amazing how things work and how God brings things together, and
True.
yeah.
So here we are.
Here we are.
And hoping for the best.
Hoping for the best. Doing our first live together. Only been married for about 8 weeks, so.
8 weeks
8
now?
weeks. Is it 8? Yeah, it's 8 weeks because
very fast.
It was very fast. It's been a very wonderful 8 weeks. So, many, many, many more weeks to come and go. So let's see. What is this here? Invite to join. I'm kind of new to. This is our first live together. Somebody's inviting. Invite to join live. So I'm just not. I'm kind of new to some of this. So I'm not really sure exactly. I'll learn this as we go on. So forgive me if there's somebody that's giving me some type of invitation that I don't fully understand yet. We'll figure all this out because we're going to be coming back and we're going to be doing more lives.
We sure will.
Yeah, and we'll get this. Like so, this is our first live together. I've done a live twice before on my own, and that didn't go so well. so I'm learning, But so we'll figure things out, and so yeah. Yeah. So this is our introduction. So follow us if you want to see more. We got some. So we have a couple of accounts. We've opened up another one where it's kind of the two of us, but that one's not gaining any traction. So she's got her TikTok page. I got mine, and I don't have enough followers on the other account that we opened up with two of us that I can't do a live, so I'm kind of using mine. So, but yeah, so we'll be back, and we'll talk some more. We'll share our experiences, share my experiences in Uganda, share our experiences together, and so I don't know. I think maybe for now we'll just kind of step out.
How long do you have to be in live?
I don't think it's however long you want to, I guess. So.
Like for as long as you want.
Yeah, I guess I'm just learning myself.
Like how's your experiences as you're walking down these roads? Because I know that you prefer to walk. Mostly when we go to church, you walk back. Along the way, what are the experiences? Do you have people saying hi? Do you have kids saying hi? Or guys, on their bikes,
do get that. I get little
give
kids that go Mzungu, Mzungu, and they want to come up and shake my hand and other things like that. So, because Mzungu is what they call a white person here. So I mean, when you're out on the streets, so there are lots of Mzungu here, but Mzungus or white people generally don't. I don't know. They don't. You don't see them just walking around in the general population. I mean, they're
mostly in their cars.
Mostly in their cars.
They're walking for exercises, walking for dogs.
And I've kind of decided I want to be different about that. I want to be involved in the culture around me. I want to interact with people. I want to go where everybody else goes, do what everybody else does. And I don't want to, shelter myself in that sense. So I'm always out on the street walking. When we want to go someplace, I want to walk to that place. Or when we go somewhere, we might take a Boda-Boda there. Like we both took a Boda-Boda to church this morning, but I decided to walk back. And it's just kind of my way of interacting more with the surrounding community and getting to know what's around me and getting familiar with everything. And so yeah, that's and so you don't see. I don't see too many white people walking the streets. Actually, I don't see any. So which is, you're all in their cars or whatever. And in a way, I think that's kind of sad. I wish they'd kind of interact more instead of, you know.
Yeah, but not everyone is the same.
Yeah, not everyone's the same as
and
me.
you notice here they tend to go to these high-end places.
Yes, they tend
Mostly
to.
the malls.
That's where you see them. You go to the mall. So we go to the mall and you see lots of white people in there. But yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't fault people for the way they want to live their lives. So yeah.
So, and I think it has to do maybe with level of comfort. I mean, a lot of the places like the malls look.
Yeah.
They look just like, you go to the mall, it just looks like any mall in the United States. And I think for maybe people that come from America, it gives them kind of a feeling of familiarity because it looks just like a mall in the U.S. And, you know, so that's where you tend to see a lot of them. But we go to the mall and see them. But yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah. For the first time, I think that's not bad.
Not bad.
Thank
yeah.
you, everyone.
So hopefully we're not rambling too much. But follow us if you want to see more of these, as we'll be coming back and talking some more. So, rambling. Yeah. So this is the ramblings. So as I say, Bob and Sharon, but she actually calls me Bobby because Betty, her aunt, who's the one that introduced me to Sharon, she called me Bobby. And I have, of course, my name is Robert. I have multiple names: Robert, Bob, Rob, Bobby, whatever. I accept any variation of that. And for some reason, Betty started calling me Bobby, and I'm not sure how that started.
It's from Robert.
Robert, it's from right, but I'm not sure how she picked up Bobby.
Okay.
I think because she knew somebody once named Robert, and he went by Bobby, so she started calling me Bobby. And so Sharon calls me Bobby, and so everybody here in Uganda calls me Bobby. So officially, Robert is I'm Robert, but I think people called me Bobby when I was a kid growing up, and then I kind of changed it to Bob, and then as I got older, I changed it to preferring Robert, and then I got to the point where I'm just like, I'll accept any legitimate variation of my name. I have people that call me Rob, so yeah, I accept him. Yeah, I'm rambling, so she's got to.
Okay, enough with that.
So yeah, I'm gonna ramble. So.
I'm just Sharon.
And she's just Sharon. So,
Yeah,
so we're gonna go and we're gonna ramble on out of here.
Ramble on.
So
Nice
talking to you.
guys.
Yeah. So bye.
Bye.